Hey guys, welcome to my channel, House of Fortune and Roses. So I hope you guys are well. The topic for today is just going to be a mystery reading. We are using images from the Folklore Oracle. I just thought it was really beautiful and kind of compatible with Scorpio season, which is going on right now. The leaves are changing. It's getting a little bit chillier and darker out, but that's the beauty of Scorpio energy. The veil is supposedly thinner than it usually is during a Scorpio season, so there are more supposedly psychic energies going around, more intuitive, more sensitive, and just more mysterious, okay? So before we start, if you could just take a moment to like, comment, subscribe, and share if this video resonates with you, I'd greatly appreciate it. Also, I must state a very quick disclaimer before we begin that all my videos and tarot readings are ultimately for entertainment purposes only. I see both tarot and astrology as just ways to get to know yourself better. Okay, so with that, let's get into the cards here. So we have 3 cards, 1, 2, 3. Don't think about it too much. Go with your first gut instinct. If you're unsure, you can always pause the video and place your finger on the screen. Wherever you feel the most heat through your finger on the screen is going to be the pile for you. Also, before we begin, I do want to remind you guys to make life easier for you guys. I always have timestamps pinned in the comment section below as well as the description box if you didn't want to hear the intro. Okay, so here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Mystery reading. Here we go. I'm going to go ahead and start with this card and move the other 2 piles. Actually, I'll just move it underneath this one. Okay, there we go. So pile 1, those of you guys who've chosen the divination card. This is from the folklore, I almost said fork, folklore oracle. Okay, I slip of the tongue. I said fork, so there may be, for you guys, the mystery may possibly be pertaining to a fork in the road, like a decision. Speaking of which, we have divination, and then we have this divining object. Oh my gosh, I don't remember the name of this. You guys, if you guys know what this is, can you drop a comment down below? Because I am not, it's escaping me right now. Pendulum, is that what it is? Okay, I'm not entirely sure. But here we go. So we have, how can you integrate logic and intuition? Oh my gosh, speaking of the word fork, like fork in the road, indecision, having to make a choice, it's almost like you're needing to make a choice either soon, or maybe you're lingering on a choice now, or maybe an unexpected decision might come your way. Okay, those of you guys who've chosen pile 1, looking at this image, I'm intuitively getting water and air, because logic and intuition, when you think of logic, you think of air, intuition, water. So ultimately, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, as well as more so Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer. So those of you guys who are water dominant, this might resonate with you more, but air as well. I'm getting some air energy, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer. Okay, so what I'm going to do is we're doing a different format. I'm going to read from this book, okay, when it comes to the message behind this card, and then I'm going to pull some tarot for you using my handy-dandy Soprafino, okay? So let's see. So hold on, let me flip to the page, and we'll read this card for you guys, this oracle card, and see what it has in store for you. What knowledge is there? Okay. So, how can you integrate logic and intuition? Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to just get into the meaning, okay, and maybe diving deeper. Okay, so we're just going to skip the intro. So we have, divination acknowledges uncertainty and the limitations of human knowledge. It cultivates patience and reflection, calling on us to balance the logical and intuitive sides of the mind. Can you learn to integrate both aspects of your psyche? Can you solve problems and make decisions more holistically? While the rational mind often speaks loudest, the subconscious is equally passionate. It does, however, speak a language that requires deeper listening. The use of signs and symbols can open the gateway to a more balanced understanding of ourselves and the world around us. Diving deeper, we have, what is your relationship with the unknown? Speaking of Scorpio season, this is very appropriate right now because the veil is supposedly thinner. Like a bridge between the human and non-human realms, divination encourages a sense of interconnectedness, belonging, and appreciation for the mysteries of life. Most practices are linked to the natural world, calling on the elements or heeding the omens in nature. Cross the bridge to a realm where damp soil welcomes bare feet, gentle mist kisses shivering skin, excuse me, why did I say sin? Shivering skin. Okay, speaking of Scorpio season, maybe some of you guys, there may be kind of a passionate romance coming your way. Okay, we'll get into the tarot after this. But we have, and smoke swirls prayers through hair. Make connections and seek correspondences, and you might find yourself remembering just how much a part of the world's rhythms and harmonies you are. Okay, that's very in line with Scorpio season, like the changing leaves, the changing weather, it's getting darker, more mysterious. Okay, so, yeah, a choice to be made is what I picked up earlier, and I kind of said the word fork, so fork in the road, a decision, okay? Also, I accidentally said sin, okay? Not necessarily like sin as in something negative, but I mean, combined with Scorpio season, I don't know about you guys, but I'm picking up, actually also the Temperance card came up, okay? So some kind of luck maybe coming from patience, from temperance, okay? From being patient. Something is telling me luck is coming, just be patient for some reason. But yeah, some kind of romance maybe is headed your way as well. That's what I'm kind of picking up. But first, let's pick up or do some tarot when it comes to the decision that you're making. Speaking of temperance, this could also have to do with being patient when it comes to making a decision, not rushing things. And luck, okay, possibly heading your way after doing that. Okay, so here we have the world. So we've got Aquarius, Taurus, Leo, and Scorpio. So fixed energy, the world. So something, maybe reaching a milestone, reaching a completion, a cycle ending, maybe a new beginning, okay? After one cycle is ending. So maybe making a decision when it comes to where to move, okay? Or maybe you're making a career transition, or maybe some of you guys, you're wrapping up some kind of relationship possibly, or just some chapter of your life where maybe you're just looking to try new things, or maybe like relocating is strongly what I'm getting, or maybe thinking about relocating, or thinking about, even if you work on corporate, like switching departments, like a new department, kind of wrapping up that old cycle. And some of you guys, you may be thinking about starting something new, like a new endeavor, maybe starting a new side hustle, okay? Some of you guys, you may be intuitive people, okay? Maybe some of you guys, you're getting more in tune with your spirituality, maybe getting into yoga or, something spiritual, maybe even astrology, divination, things like that. Speaking of which, something intuitive. Maybe some of you guys are going to, get a psychology degree or something. That's kind of what's coming to mind when I look at this. Psychology, yoga, maybe some of you guys are going to be spiritual practitioners, okay, like Reiki, yoga, something like that for some of you guys. And I don't know, I just sense starting something new, like a new path, a decision, okay? It really is saying don't rush this decision, whatever it is, with the Temperance card. Luck will come, but it is saying be patient. Don't rush, okay? Be patient, take things slow, okay? And it really is saying try to combine logic and intuition to get the best results, okay, when it comes to making this choice. These actually just flipped over on their own just now. So we have the Nine of Wands, okay, or Nine of Cups, excuse me, wish fulfillment, and then the Ten of Swords. So exactly, the Ten of Swords is like ending a cycle, okay, an old cycle, maybe closing a chapter on a relationship, a career path, maybe even, once again, switching locations, just starting a new path or a new endeavor, maybe starting a spiritual practice or something like that is what I'm getting. I'm getting a lot of Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer in this, as well as Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, but then here we have Sagittarius, fixed signs, okay, Leo, Scorpio, Taurus, and Aquarius. And but yeah, the Nine of cups is some kind of wish fulfillment, literally luck, okay, with all the cups here. There's some kind of dream or wish coming true, but it is saying, don't be all in your mind about it, all in your head about it, but also don't be all in your feels about it, because literally it is saying try to combine logic and intuition to make the best decision. So yeah, listen to, logic, okay, what's on paper, pros and cons, all that, but also it's saying kind of listen to your, like, what is your gut telling you, okay? Like, I think this is the best advice I can give in this scenario for anyone is to, not sometimes when you don't know what decision to make, try to go with your gut. Like literally, like maybe you've been in past situations that felt similar and there was some kind of result that was, it's like you intuitively know, like, okay, this is where this is headed based on a similar feeling that I got in the past in a different situation, and kind of just follow that, okay? I mean, you can easily say follow your intuition to anybody, but it's kind of difficult to pinpoint, okay? So that's the specifics that I would get when it comes to somebody, needing to, I guess, navigate how to incorporate intuition into the equation. And also listening to that quiet voice once again. I mean, there's logic, pros and cons, like everything that looks good on paper. But when it comes to, like getting a gut feeling and you're like, okay, I felt this way in a past situation, or maybe even a pattern of past situations, and maybe it's time to, navigate through that lens, okay, that perspective of like, what can I do moving forward so that I don't repeat past mistakes, or maybe this time I can make the right choice, or, making the right choice again, or what have you, okay? Just kind of not looking at your past, but kind of just trying to identify maybe if there's like a familiar gut feeling that comes to mind, following that instinct, okay? Like, what is it telling you? Is very important. Okay, so what else do we have? We have Three of Wands. Yeah, this is definitely like all systems go. There's something, once again, that you're wanting to start anew, okay? A fresh start, okay? In spirituality, once again, career, love, okay? Can we get some information about romance, okay? Because I did get a little whiff earlier. Maybe it was just a slip of the tongue, but I did get a little whiff of, especially during Scorpio season, a whiff of maybe like a passionate romance or something starting. Oh my gosh. Okay. Yeah. We have the Six of Wands. This is very passionate. Okay. With the wands, fire sign energy, Leo, energy comes to mind, Sagittarius. Okay. Aries. Somebody with the Six of Wands, they want to win you, okay? They want to win you. Just looking at the spread intuitively, okay, what do we have at the bottom? Ooh, okay, all these cards actually just kind of flew out, so I'm not going to take all of these, but we have a bunch of coins, okay? So maybe something possibly work-related, okay? Not for all of you guys, but at the very, very bottom we have the Fool, the card of Pisces, okay? There may be a Pisces around you, or somebody very sensitive, or maybe you were the one with Pisces placements, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer, even with all the watery energy. There's definitely somebody who wants to win you, and I'm getting that they're willing to almost do anything to win your heart, okay, is what I'm getting. Like, they're the type of person I'm getting, like, maybe you're not even seeing this person yet, or maybe you just like went out on one date with them, or maybe you just met them through a friend, or some event or something where you met this person and you're just getting a really good vibe from them. Those of you guys who are single, or maybe you're not single, I don't like condone like stepping out on your partner or anything, but I do sense for a small chunk of you guys that you're kind of closing a chapter, or maybe you just broke up with somebody, but I don't necessarily get a very like painful energy from this. It's more so like the natural closing of a chapter where maybe you kind of outgrew somebody that you were seeing, or maybe you just kind of went your separate ways, but it's sort of mutual, and you're just kind of like, it's almost like a natural progression from the past and moving forward. So I'm getting, for a lot of you guys, there is somebody that you're going to meet, if you haven't already, where it just clicks, okay, like something clicks. But I am seeing here, be patient. This is definitely a more positive connection, okay, headed your way. And one way you're going to recognize this person, okay, coming towards you, it may not be the very next person, but it could be really anybody who's coming towards you. Let's give it around a few months, okay, give or take. because that's how I like to time my readings. This person, like I said, is really service oriented. Like, they're a very giving person. They are nurturing. They are the type to really, really commit to their partnerships and give it their all. And for some of you guys, this might be very different from your past relationship, because with the 10 of Swords and the World, I am getting that maybe in your past, like, it was a very different scenario, because when I think of these cards together in conjunction together, I think of like a 180 situation from your past. So maybe in your past, I'm getting for some of you guys, you dated somebody who was, let me know if this resonates, somebody who was a little bit self-serving, or maybe they kind of put themselves first or put other things in their life first and prioritize those things before your relationship, okay? But this person I'm seeing coming towards you, it may not be the very next person, but it could be really anybody coming towards you. And some of you guys are just going to intuitively kind of get a nudge, okay, when you meet this person. I'm getting that they, once again, are very, very kind, okay? They're very kind. They're very giving. They're very, once again, dedicated to their relationships. It's like they're going to put you on a pedestal, and they just want to basically do anything to make you happy, which is not common, right? It's not common to meet somebody like that in your life, okay? Unless it's obviously like, your closest friends or your family. But even that can be kind of rare, honestly. But this person definitely, it's like they're very, I want to say, self-sacrificing, I want to say. Or maybe this is you. Maybe this is like traits of you, okay? But it's definitely coming through in this next person who's coming forward. You guys might be aligned because you're both very soft, I want to say, empathic people. And that's something that you might have in common with this person. And if they're a masculine energy, they're definitely going to be either a water sign, so more sensitive, or just more empathic, okay, than average. But when it comes to pursuing you, wow, like, they are serious. This person means business, okay? They are not holding back. They may be a little bit guarded at first, but I'm getting that if you give it time, it's definitely going to blossom into maybe possibly even the best relationship you've ever had, okay? Wow. That's pretty serious. Okay, so let's see. We have the 10 of Wands. So yeah, I'm getting that some of you guys, you're shaking off a bit of a burden, okay, from the past, emotional burden, maybe a past relationship or a past job or past situation or environment, living situation, whatever it is that was kind of heavy, okay? And it's almost like you're starting a new life. That's honestly what I'm getting for a big chunk of you guys, pile one, is you are starting a new life, okay? A new start, a new beginning, and you're trying to decide, like, should I go left or right, or, red or blue, or, you're choosing between, I'm getting two choices. But ultimately, it's almost like you can't make the wrong choice as long as you go with your gut instinct. So once again, not ignoring your intuition, but also not ignoring your logic, and kind of finding, literally the Temperance card came out. It's literally like tempering the two and moving forward, not rushing, okay? Because the Temperance symbolizes patience and, getting things just right. And then once then obviously it's like all systems go. And this is literally the card of victory, wish fulfillment, and moving forward confidently. Okay, I'm getting here, temper both sides of logic and intuition. And I do get that some of you guys, if you haven't already, you might honestly meet the love of your life, okay, for some of you guys moving forward. So this is wonderful, and I have to say it's pretty intense, okay? So if any of this resonated with you guys, please share in the comments below. You can discuss amongst each other. I always encourage that. Okay, so like, comment, subscribe, share if this video resonated with you guys. And if you're curious about getting a personal reading with me, you can drop a comment down below. And with that, I'm moving straight into the next pile. Okay, so Love and Light, pile 1, and I'm moving on to the next card. Okay, so pile 2, you guys have chosen Journey. This is very beautiful. It's kind of reminding me of pile 1, so if you're curious if pile 1 resonated with you at all after watching this reading, feel free to go back to pile 1, because there was sort of like this journey message as well in pile 1 as well. So with Journey, we have, do you dare to go in search of your destiny? Wow, that's beautiful. Okay, let's see. What I'm going to do, I'm doing a different format. I'm going to read you the passage for this card that corresponds with this card, and then we're going to get into the tarot using my handy dandy Soprafino deck. But we're going to get into this passage. Okay, so I'm going to skip the intro. So, do you dare to go in search of your destiny? Okay, meaning the hero's journey stands the test of time, not because it creates a compelling story, but because it mirrors the cycles of life itself. You're always on a journey of sorts, embarking, learning, facing adversaries, and making choices. Whether you are eager or resistant to set out on your pilgrimage, find an ember of courage and kindle it. Reflect on a past journey from which you return feeling renewed, perhaps intent on following a different direction. Leaving familiar ground can be a way to push the wheels of life out of the muck and back into motion, creating a symphony of possibilities and opening a window to the light of growth. Diving deeper, a pivotal moment in Campbell's monomyth is called Facing the Goddess. Here, the hero's path converges with a powerful figure who symbolizes the feminine aspect of the hero's psyche. She offers guidance, tempts, or initiates. As the wheel of fate rests poised, whatever choice the hero makes at this stage will influence the rest of his quest. It's a time of confronting vulnerabilities and desires, sometimes ones he didn't even know he had. That's kind of spicy. He is already travel-worn, but the climax of the journey hinges on this moment. Stay focused, though you may be wary. In this encounter lies the promise of change. Wow, okay. So that was really intense. So for some of you guys, yeah, I see you doing something that scares you a little bit, not in a bad way, but it's like choosing to take yourself out of your comfort zone. Okay, is what I'm getting. So interesting. Can we get some more messages? Okay, we have the sun. This is gorgeous. Some of you guys, you may have Leo, Aries, or Sagittarius in your astrology. I get a lot of fire energy, but also Cancerian energy with the carriage. You can't ignore that. So some of you guys are Cancerians, or you have a lot of Leo or Aries or Sag, okay? It's coming through dominantly. You can be any sign, but if you have those signs in your chart, this is going to resonate even more. Interesting. Okay. And then we have the Four of Pentacles. So yeah, this is moving from scarcity to the sun, which is literally the complete opposite of scarcity. I love that progression. Okay. Yeah. Okay. And then we have the Knight of Coins. This is possibly leaving scarcity behind. Okay. Some of you guys, you're starting a new endeavor. This is really reminding me of pile 1 so much, but, yeah, this is starting a new, maybe even a new career path, maybe switching directions a little bit. And then we have the Page of Cups, okay? This is, I'm getting here new starts when it comes to maybe career, okay? Or new endeavors, maybe even love. Wow, this is exactly like pile 1. You guys, I swear, like if you have extra time, after watching this pile, go back and watch pile 1, okay? Because it's very similar. It's alarmingly similar. Okay. What else do we have? Give us some more insight, please. Okay, we have possibly a contract or a deal, some kind of negotiation, maybe balancing multiple things here. But with this card, for some reason, I'm getting mostly like a contract or maybe even a new job, okay? Or for some of you guys, maybe even, I want to say, a sponsorship or something. Or maybe even getting accepted into like a new degree program, okay, for some of you guys. Let's see what else we have. Okay, we have the King of Coins. So yeah, this is literally abundance, okay? Yeah, and then bottom of the deck we have the Four of Wands. So it's as if some of you guys you have been, for a good deal of you guys, pile 2, you have been feeling kind of unsettled, okay? And unfortunately, in a situation in your past, you felt like a scarcity mindset. It's almost like you were grasping at straws, kind of like not knowing, like, what should I do next, okay? But I'm getting here that you may be faced with a decision. This is reminding me of pile 1 once again, but you may be faced with a decision, okay, based on maybe an opportunity that you get that's kind of unexpected. So somewhere, coming up ahead, I'm getting maybe a new opportunity, an unexpected offer, okay, something abundant, and you're going to be thinking, should I stay or should I go? And this could be career, love, whatever it is. It could be any area of your life, maybe even a new environment, new career path. But here it's saying, whatever choice you make, something is telling me to channel to you guys to do what scares you in a good way. Not scares you in like, this is a bad idea, okay? But I mean more so like calculated risk, but it's something that pushes you out of your comfort zone. So it's like in leaving something like super, super familiar that may have not been working for you, that may have been stagnant, but maybe you grew kind of comfortable in that situation because it was familiar. I am getting the message to tell you guys to, yes, like not force yourself out of that situation, but definitely don't be afraid to move into a completely new situation. And sometimes, even though the new situation may be better, it's still scary because it's unfamiliar, okay? It's something that might scare you because it seems, maybe even, I don't know why I'm getting imposter syndrome. Like some of you guys, like if this is a career opportunity that just sounds really great, but you're like, oh, I don't know if I'm, equipped for this. And it does scare you, but in a good way, right? So that's another example of just being kind of, yes, I'm being advised to tell you to be a bit brave. And I don't necessarily want to say fake it till you make it, but it's more like pushing yourself out of your comfort zone, okay? Like consciously doing that and not being afraid to pursue your dreams. And I'm not saying like a castle in the clouds where there's just no like basis for anything. And once again, this is more so talking about calculated risks that scare you in a good way, where you're pushing yourself out of your comfort zone, but you know that it's good for you, right? But obviously, newness, something that's completely new, whether it's a new environment or new, a new path or something that's unfamiliar, is going to be scary, okay? That's a natural human response. As human beings, we are kind of wired to be comfortable with, what's familiar, okay? Even if the familiar thing was not necessarily the best situation for us. But here, I can't emphasize enough. Yeah, don't be afraid to take calculated risks, okay, smart risks that may be a little bit scary for you because it's new. And yet here I'm seeing a lot of amazing things coming forward. We're going from scarcity mindset to abundance. We're going from being, I want to say stuck, kind of stagnant energy, maybe even having to hustle so much that you don't have time for anything else, and moving towards a path that's way more abundant, way more comfortable, okay, happier, more attuned to your true inner desires, okay, and also being able to be abundant, okay, at the same time. For some of you guys, I'm getting, this may require a move. This may require, moving jobs, moving locations, moving departments. This could even be just switching mindsets, but, on a level that makes you, pushes you out of your comfort zone and makes you start a new routine, okay? it's almost like you're stepping into the unknown, but it's for the best. And some of you guys, I'm getting intuitively that you might be moving to a warmer place, or there's something to do about a place where there's more sunlight or like warmer. Okay, there's something coming from there. It doesn't necessarily mean you're moving out to that place, but it could be maybe like an opportunity hailing from there. Okay, this could even be romance as well, where some of you guys, I'm getting that your past relationships weren't necessarily the best. At least your most recent relationship, I'm getting maybe your partner was a bit controlling with the Four of Coins. That's like a little bit controlling, a little bit, I want to say, not suffocating necessarily. That's kind of extreme, but more like just feeling like a stagnant, energy of also emotionally unavailable is coming through. But moving forward, you may be approached by a water sign or somebody who's quite sensitive, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, or even if they don't have water in their chart, just somebody who's very sensitive. This is reminding me so much of pile 1, you guys. Oh my gosh. Because the same thing happened in that pile. But I'm also getting a message, to tell you guys that somebody may come forward who seems kind of sensitive and maybe like they're too, I want to say almost like inexperienced or kind of shy, or maybe you're not taking them seriously because they seem a little bit childlike or boyish, and you're just like, oh, I don't know, like you're not really my type, okay? Because you're kind of like soft and sort of like childlike, and I'm more into like mature, people or whatever. Here I'm more so getting that this person may come off this way, but they have a hidden side that's actually quite serious. And, with the King of Coins, like this is a side that they're not showing that may actually surprise you in a good way. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn placements possibly, but this is somebody who's pretty financially stable. They're a bit more established, than they might come off on the surface. They might come off like this. Like, oh, I'm like, kind of boyish, and, I seem so like naive, and maybe that's not your usual type, okay? Maybe some of you guys, you go for more like quote unquote zaddy types, okay, if you know what I mean, or just more like masculine, okay, like that type. But here I'm getting this person may come off this way, but little do you know, they have that side to them where they are pretty stable and established, and they know what they're doing, okay, is what I'm getting. And it might be sort of hidden though. That's something that might not be completely visible, okay, from the beginning about this person. But this could be an amazing relationship, possibly even the best relationship that you've ever had, okay? This is reminding me so much of pile 1. Like, what is the freaking likelihood? But I am getting here too that some of you guys, you're going to be romanced, okay, coming up ahead. Maybe this is somebody that you've been on like one date with, or somebody that you just met that you get really good vibes from, or maybe even somebody coming back from the past. I know you guys don't like hearing that, but in this case with the Page of Cups, because it's such a young, like new energy, I'm getting this could be somebody that you were maybe like friends with, or maybe that like you kind of had good vibes about, but they, maybe you went your separate ways because maybe you like graduated and like they moved like across the country, and I don't know, just something like that, like a scenario like that where you had good vibes towards each other, but it just never went anywhere because it just wasn't like logistically possible or whatever, what have you, due to external circumstances, and you just didn't really think about it. I'm getting that they may be coming back, okay? They may be coming back into your life, but this time it's more like to stay, okay? So look out for that, okay? Like rekindling, not necessarily romance, but maybe like a friendship or just somebody that you got a good feeling about, and things weren't possible back then, but they may be now, okay? Maybe they're moving to where you live, or maybe you're moving over there and then find out that they live there or something like that. I mean, in this day and age, anything's possible. I mean, people get in touch after even like 10 years of not seeing each other, like out of the blue, and they reconnect and like bam, they're in love, and like things like that happen all the time. It sounds kind of out there, but it's really not, okay? In the age of you know, technology and social media, like anything can happen. Okay, so what else am I getting from this energy? Okay, some of you guys, you might be getting a new car. I know the economy is kind of drab right now, but I am getting that some of you guys, you are purchasing a new car. So congrats to you, okay? Or there's something to do about transportation, okay? Like a bus, a car, or like a train or an airplane or something like that. There's just something to do with like movement and some kind of luck or opportunity coming out of that or coming towards you due to that, okay? And lucrative contracts, okay? Agreements, maybe even partnerships, whether that's through relationships, a new job, you know, new sort of sponsorships, new opportunities. This could even be like networking opportunities. Oh my gosh, some of you guys, you need to, after watching this, go look up the Beatles, Here Comes the Sun, because literally we got the sun card and I'm getting that vibe, okay, for this pile. I'm getting Here Comes the Sun by the Beatles. Like, look up that song and listen to it, okay? Here Comes the Sun by the Beatles, because this is sort of like the vibe that I'm getting. It may be Scorpio season right now, okay? It's getting darker, it's chilly, but for you guys, on an energetic level, I'm getting the sunlight. Like the sunlight is finally appearing, okay? Some of you guys, you're kind of in the thick of it even now, but it's like you're moving towards that general energy. But I am getting here to be brave once again, going back to the beginning of the reading, to not be afraid to push yourself out of your comfort zone. You know, go towards something that kind of scares you, not because it's not a good idea, but you know, it is a good idea. You know, maybe like a calculated risk, but once again, it like pushes you out of your comfort zone in a good way, and maybe deep down inside you know it. I'm getting here that maybe you should totally go towards that, okay? I'm not saying go for like something that's crazy or out there that you haven't thought through. That's not what this is, okay? So I just want to make sure that's differentiated here. But some of you guys also, you have red hair, or you're like dyeing your hair red, or you're wearing more red, or you can really rock a red lip, okay? Especially right now, in autumn. You know, whenever you click on this video, it may not be autumn, but right now it is autumn and Scorpio season. And some of you guys, you're being advised to try a red lip, or maybe like a reddish lipstick or lip tint or lip gloss or something, because I'm getting here, it's just gonna look fabulous on you guys. Maybe wear more red, okay? Okay, so that was fabulous. Like, comment, subscribe, share if this video resonated with you guys. Pile 2. And if you'd like to book a personal reading with me, you can do so by dropping a comment down below. That's going to be the fastest way to reach me. Also, if any of this resonated with you at all, please drop a comment down below, okay? Discuss it amongst yourselves. I always recommend doing that. It's helpful, okay? Sometimes even enlightening, eye-opening, okay? So I'll see you guys later, pile 2. Love and light. So last but not least, pile 3, we have shapeshifter. So what's a mystery reading for you guys? What's coming up ahead? We have shapeshifter, can you dance between forms? Okay, I'm getting Gemini, I'm getting Libra, and I'm getting Pisces, okay? Because those are sort of like the dual astrological signs, okay? Where it's not just like one thing. Like there is sort of this like shape-shifting energy with Pisces, with, you know, moving between realms, or even you know, Libra, like going back and forth, more on a mental level, and also Gemini. Sometimes Geminis have like multiple sides to them, okay? So that's kind of what I'm getting here. Maybe even Scorpio. Oh my gosh, Scorpio is coming through so strong actually with this, because the snake symbolizes transformation. Shapeshifter, this is literally like transformation, literally like changing forms, okay? So yeah, if some of you guys are Pisces, Libra, Scorpio, or Gemini, this is going to probably resonate way more, okay, than the other sides, but you can be any sign, okay? So we're doing a different format. I'm going to be reading you the corresponding passage for this card, and then I'm going to be going into my handy dandy Superfino Tarot, and then we'll try to get into what's going on for you guys. Okay, so pile 3, we have shapeshifter, can you dance between forms? Shape-shifting lore tells of more than physical changes. It explores an initiation into a soul's wilderness where authentic selves are as diverse as the trees. To some, the shapeshifter appears unstable, a cacophony of identities. Yet in the Ballad of Tamlin, his changing forms are able to harmonize with the trust and love of the person who sees him for who he truly is. Do you struggle with knowing who you really are? You are an unsung harmony. The more you can adopt and embrace change, the louder your own voice will ring. Okay, this is definitely reminding me of Gemini, Scorpio, maybe even, once again, Pisces, Libra. Okay, so diving deeper. Not all shapeshifters are pure of heart. Kelpies are spectral water horses that shift into long-haired murderesses with inky black eyes. Okay, that's kind of terrifying. That's kind of like sirens, I think. Like in Greek mythology. They're cunning, soulless, and predatory beneath their guise of equine grace. Beware the horse that strides by the water's edge. Look to the treacherous waters within your own inner landscape. Kelpies embody the dance between fears and desires, warnings and temptations. A shapeshifter can always elude capture by sliding into a new form. Be aware of the tendency to use this ability as a tool of manipulation, both in yourself and others. Okay, Scorpio is coming through so strong. Gemini as well. Maybe even Libra, because we know how charming Libras can be. And Pisces, when it comes to possibly losing yourself, okay? Like not knowing who you truly are is coming through. But when it comes to manipulation, okay, Scorpios, you guys know you're good at that, okay? Like it's kind of used, it can be used for good in some ways. I know that sounds kind of odd, but you guys are really skilled at that, okay? You guys know what I'm talking about. And those of you guys who have experience with Scorpios, but I'm also getting Gemini when it comes to kind of like switching identities, okay? So there's a theme with that going on. Some of you guys, you may be trying on new hats when it comes to figuring out like, who am I? Some of you guys, you're exploring yourselves more, like you're kind of getting to know yourself more, especially now it's Scorpio season. When some of you guys click on this video, it may not be Scorpio season, but this energy is still going to apply, okay? Because that's when I'm filming the video right now. But I'm getting for some of you guys, it's like you're diving deep, kind of getting to know yourselves, getting to know, maybe relearning like what you like and dislike, okay? For whatever reason that is. Some of you guys are just getting to know yourself more. Some of you guys, you may even be ordering a DNA test. And, you know, you can do that nowadays online and figuring out like where your ancestry comes from. Okay, that's one way to get to know yourself better, I'm getting. Also, maybe even getting therapy, maybe even trying, you know, maybe even traveling, okay? But like solo traveling, or maybe even just going to a new place where you're just getting to know yourself, okay? And ultimately figuring out who you really are. Maybe that's due to, just intuitively speaking, I'm getting maybe some of you guys, you've left in an environment or a relationship where you kind of like lost yourself, okay? And it's like you're finding yourself again, okay, is what I'm getting. Or maybe you've been fine. I mean, maybe you haven't been in a relationship where you lost yourself, or, you know, what have you, or a situation where you forgot who you were to some extent. But maybe some of you guys, you just kind of woke up one day and decided, I want to get to know myself better, okay? Is what I'm getting. And that's definitely not a bad thing. There was one Greek philosopher who said, knowing yourself is the ultimate power, or something along the lines of that. I don't remember which Greek philosopher it was, but definitely drop a comment down below if you guys know who this was, because it's just right on the tip of my tongue, but I cannot remember, okay? Or it's like this phrase that says like, know thyself, or something like that. You guys know what I'm talking about? Oh my God, please somebody Google this and please drop it down in the comments below. Like, who was this philosopher? I think they were a Greek philosopher, but anyways. Okay, moving on. So here we have the Two of Cups. Oh my gosh, get out. I was not expecting this, okay? Some of you guys, I sense this is the most plot twisty, like wild card, like left field, like unexpected, mysterious stuff, like just coming out of nowhere. Pile. Okay, pile 3. You guys are the lucky pile, where it's not just mystery headed your way, but it's like unexpected things I'm getting. And in this case, it's unexpected love with the Two of Cups, or just a relationship that feels aligned. For some of you guys, if you're single or you just got out of a relationship and you're like, nope, I'm like taking a break to just kind of spend time with myself, this could even be falling in love with yourself again. or falling in love with yourself in general, like maybe like regaining your confidence, or maybe just becoming a version of yourself that you absolutely love. Like maybe for some of you guys, this is the first time in your life that you've ever felt that way about yourself. And that's a beautiful thing, okay? So congrats to you guys, okay? Whoever's experiencing this right now out there. Congratulate each other in the comments, okay? Is any of this ringing a bell? So what else do we have? Okay, we have justice. Yeah, it's like some of you guys, justice, you got Libra in your chart. That was mentioned earlier, the vibes of this card. But it's like you're cutting away what no longer serves you. You're deciding, like, what do I like, what do I not like, what do I accept, what do I not accept, what do I ultimately want in my life, and what do I not want in my life. And you're just kind of making these sweeping judgment calls, and you're kind of being ruthless about it, because with the justice card, I mean, look at her, she's holding this sword with the scales, and she's just kind of like unapologetically just like, you know, making these judgment calls in her life. Okay, that might be you for some of you guys, pile 3, where you're deciding, okay, enough of this BS. Okay, maybe some of you guys, you've been going through a situation that felt draining or kind of like BS, or just kind of like, you know, just neither here nor there. And just like, okay, enough. And then you have your sword, you have your scales, okay, like the justice card here. And she's deciding, like, okay, now I make the judgment calls in my life, and like nobody else is going to make them for me, kind of vibe. Okay, ooh, I'm getting this empowered energy. I like this. And up ahead, I'm getting this really fulfilling relationship, like love partnership, okay? I was not expecting this, because this is not what usually follows this kind of shape-shifting energy. You know, the energies of Gemini, Scorpio, Libra, and Pisces. But, you know, in that sort of phase in their life where they're kind of figuring themselves out and, you know, deciding, like, who am I? Like, usually I don't expect, okay, like the thing that immediately follows that energy to be this fulfilling love partnership just coming kind of out of nowhere. Maybe some of you guys, it's like while you're getting to know yourself, you know, you're kind of just focusing on you, okay? Like self-love, like getting to know yourself, discovering yourself, like falling in love with yourself, okay? And in doing so, I'm getting some of you guys, you're attracting a love partnership that's actually extremely fulfilling. Just looking at this, I'm getting you guys are very balanced. It's almost like yin and yang, and a yin and yang is coming through, like a balance that just clicks, okay? And you're not expecting this. You're just kind of like minding your own business. You're just like, okay, I'm living my life, my best life, and kind of just falling in love with yourself and just like focusing on you and self-love and all that. And bam, it's like this comes out of nowhere, and this is amazing, okay? I mean, this is not going to be for all of you guys, but or some of you guys, it might be like you're figuring out, honestly, for a lot of you guys, I'm getting you're figuring out what you really want in a romantic partnership that's healthy, okay? So in a healthy way, it's like you're figuring out your likes and dislikes and your boundaries and really cementing those in place and deciding you're going to be kind of unapologetic about it, okay, with the Justice card. Because she, you know, the card of Libra, she's not one to take, you know, or to be apologetic is what I meant. She makes the judgment calls, and she's not afraid to make them. I mean, she's literally holding a sword, okay? That's all I'm going to say. But here we have oh my gosh, I'm tongue-tied. So it's a third pile, you guys, give me a break. But we have the Queen of Wands. Fiery, okay? We have Leo, Aries, Sag. I love this for you guys. Okay, this is, some of you may not be a fire sign. You may not have Aries, Leo, Sag in your chart. But those of you guys who do, great. But in any case, this is a fiery, passionate, creative, feminine energy who kind of just goes after what she wants and doesn't, you know, analyze too much, okay? Because it's interesting, because in this sort of past energy, we're getting more so cerebral energy with Libra, because Libras oftentimes are sort of in their heads. It's like you're moving forward, interestingly enough, embracing a part of yourself that's more passionate. It's more like based on instinct. Like maybe moving forward, you're going to follow your instinct more so like allowing yourself to feel more, allowing yourself to be more passionate, just kind of just going with what you want because you feel like it, and maybe not analyzing too much, because I'm getting in the past, maybe you were a little bit analytical, like more in your head about things, and more so I'm getting some analysis paralysis in the past too. Like that's the shadow side of Libra, is kind of just thinking too much, right? Like being too in your head about things. Libra is a very cerebral sign. Not enough people mention that about Libras, but nevertheless, yeah, moving forward, I see more so a bit empowered, just kind of going with your true desires, identifying the true desires. Firstly, with the shapeshifter card, it's like some of you guys, maybe for the longest time, you didn't even know what were your true desires, because I'm getting here, some of you guys, you were a bit lost, okay? A bit disconnected, okay, from your true desires, maybe even a bit repressed, kind of in your head in the past. But I'm getting right now, especially those of you guys who clicked on this reading, it's like you're getting to know your likes, dislikes, your preferences, who you really are, and kind of being, I'm getting here, unapologetic about what kind of life you want, okay, and what you truly desire, especially in a love partnership with the Two of Cups, because this is about balance. It's about mutual give and take. It's about kind of like yin yang, like things just sort of like clicking into place naturally. It's not forced. It's not, it just works, okay? You know what I mean? Like sometimes it's like, this doesn't happen always, but sometimes in life you just meet somebody, okay? Whether that's a friend, okay, or even, relationship or what have you. It could be anything, or business partner, whatever it is. Things just naturally sort of click into place. And it's like, what is that word? Like serendipity, okay? When things just kind of align, and it's just like that puzzle piece that you needed that just kind of like fits into your life when you're sort of like not too focused, right? You're kind of focused on yourself, I'm getting, and that's when this magic will sort of happen, is when you're sort of focused on self-love and like getting to know yourself and what your true preferences are. Like, what are your true desires? Like, what do you truly want? Not just, okay, like, the things on paper that you were told, maybe even conditioned to believe, like these are the things you should want. But I'm saying that you're kind of moving beyond that and moving into more of an energy of like, what do I truly want? Because I actually desire those things, like on a genuine level, right? Not so much, things that are more like surface level that you were told maybe by society that you should want, or that you just were, it's very, I'm getting here, it's a very like cerebral energy, but you're more so stepping into this sort of like instinctual energy, right? Where you're just kind of, I don't want to say just completely giving into your desires and like not thinking about it. That's not what this is, okay? Please, okay, like disclaimer here, like you are thinking with your head, because I'm getting some of you guys, you are naturally more so in your head about things, okay? Especially if you're Libra, Aquarius, or Gemini, or even if you have, Libra, Gemini especially, but Pisces and Scorpio placements. I'm getting here, some of you guys, you are still naturally in your head, but it's like you're moving more towards instinct, more authenticity, more like genuine, like getting to know yourself on a genuine level, and that's attracting in this beautiful love relationship, okay, is what I'm getting. What else do we have? Ooh, you guys, I swear, you guys are the luckiest pile, but also, it's not just lucky. You, pile 3, are the pile where things are just kind of happening out of the blue, okay, when you're not expecting it, but it's like positive twists of fate, okay, is what I'm getting. And this isn't going to apply for like all of you guys, but I'm getting for a good chunk of you guys. Okay, if some of you guys, you experience this, please come back and drop a comment down below, okay? Because I'm getting here that for a good chunk of you guys, I'm getting, just unexpected, wonderful things just kind of appearing at your doorstep. But I'm not getting that, it's because you've been like in a stagnant situation where you're not doing anything. I'm getting you're doing a lot of inner work, and it's kind of manifesting itself into your, what is it, like 3D, like outer world. It's like you're healing yourself from the inside out, and it's thus that is sort of like manifesting on the surface into attracting in better partnerships. It doesn't always have to be just romantic. I'm getting here better friendships, better like career opportunities, maybe like better agreements in general. Like agreements, partnerships can be, once again, pertaining to friendships, love, business, just anything, just being associated with things that align with you more on a genuine level, and being, attracting those better things into your life, and also learning to trust your instinct more than just things that are surface level, that look good on paper, is what I'm getting. And you're also attracting a ton of abundance for a good chunk of you guys with the the ace of coins, okay? The most coins. So I'm getting here maybe even an amazing opportunity coming in because it's connected with the Queen of Wands, or it came out with the Queen of Wands. I'm getting for a lot of you guys, this is something creative, maybe even a creative opportunity, or maybe even a good networking opportunity where you're able to possibly work in a more creative field or launch something that is maybe a bit more creative. Or maybe some of you guys, you might even be starting a side hustle, okay, that's creative, that's maybe not like traditional, but it's just aligned with, who you truly are and what you truly want to do, okay? And it's like you're given that opportunity moving forward, but that, once again, that's not without the inner work here with the shapeshifter card. And also, I want to get more on this love partnership, okay? This could be somebody who's quite established, okay? Maybe even, let's see, what else? Oh, you guys, you cannot write this. I literally just said this could be somebody who's quite established, and bam, we have the King of Coins. This is the most established masculine energy, zaddy vibes, okay, in the entire deck. I mean, the Emperor as well, but the Emperor is a little bit of a different energy. This is more so the abundant masculine that just bam popped out, and I literally just said abundant energy while pointing to this Ace of Coins. Little do you know, you guys, though, that it's like you are the gold mine. You may think this person is the gold mine when it comes to not just materialistically, but when it comes to your energy, okay, like on a spiritual level. But it's like you are actually the true gold mine here. Whether it is something, some of you guys are incredibly creative, you are passionate, there's something that you hold close to your heart, because the Queen of Wands she's very like heart-centered. And I'm getting here, you need to move more towards that instead of being in your head, okay, or being in your mind. Because I'm getting, you have a very sharp mind, but this abundance, whatever it may be, it may not just be materialistic, but whatever kind of, whatever form the abundance takes, I'm getting here the way to that, the path to that is to be more attuned to your heart's desires, okay, on a genuine level. And that's going to attract way more abundance, okay? Don't overanalyze is what I'm getting. Some of you guys, you might have a problem with that. And this is not being like rude, okay, or just, calling you out, but I'm just saying, like, this is just, those of you guys who may struggle with that, because we all do. I know I do sometimes. I'm getting here, like, maybe try to step into your instincts more, okay? I'm not saying like drown in your emotions, okay? I'm saying to be balanced, okay? Like, allow yourself to kind of, get more in tune with, like, what do I, like, really want, Like, some of you guys need to ask yourselves, like, what do I truly like? What do I dislike? Things like that. Like, I literally mentioned that in the very beginning of the reading. It's kind of, exploring and discovering yourself is what I'm getting. Falling in love with yourself, and not in, like, a narcissistic way, but it's just, like, being confident, right, in getting to know yourself and loving what you discover. and just kind of getting more attuned, right, to your true desires and maybe even your true calling, maybe even the type of relationship that you truly need, okay? It may not be something that you always envision, like, oh, this is what I want on paper, but maybe this is something that you truly need that maybe you just never quite came to terms with until recently, okay? Let's see what we have. Ooh, we have the moon. This is juicy, especially during Scorpio season, you guys. The moon, okay. So we've got mystery. Speaking of the whole prompt of this reading, we have sort of like a mysterious vibe, I want to say, coming from this masculine energy, okay? Up ahead, this is like in the future. This isn't going to be immediate, but I'm definitely getting for a good chunk of you guys, this is in the future part of the spread. It's like a mysterious sort of masculine energy who may be a water sign, okay? Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer, or maybe you have those placements, maybe you both do. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mars, Jupiter. But the moon, yeah, definitely, it's watery energy, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer, usually, okay? This person is abundant, okay? They're kind of established, very stable, but they also have a very, very sensitive side, kind of mysterious, or maybe this is you guys, okay? I'm getting some spiciness, okay, Scorpio. But Pisces and Cancer as well. But the snake definitely reminds me of Scorpio. I just have to call that out. Sun, Moon, Rising, Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Risings. You guys know who you are. Maybe even Venus, Mars, Jupiter. Okay, we have the Empress. Yes. Okay, this is just umptuous and juicy. Like, it's like every card that comes out, it's like, I mean, we got the Two of Cups. We have the Ace of Coins. We've got the Queen of Wands, the King of Coins, and now we have the Empress. This is just juicy. It's like the cherry on top of the cake. I mean, both Venusian energies with Libra and Taurus, but in this case, it's more like you're stepping from this sort of like Libran, kind of being a little bit more cerebral, to this Empress energy, okay? She is stepping into her true worth, like getting to know who she really is, valuing herself, okay, on a genuine level. And in doing so, it's like other people can sense that. And it's like you're sending out this really abundant energy, okay, where it's like you know what you want. You love yourself, okay, no matter what happens, okay? Because it's like you know yourself, and in doing so, you love yourself more, okay, is what I'm getting, where you're just like connecting with your true desires, and kind of giving yourself, I don't know why I'm hearing like giving yourself unconditional love, okay, is very important here. And that's not going to come from like your head space, okay, because your head space, like, you know, on a mental level, okay, some of you guys, you might be thinking like, I have to have like certain things going on in my life to be, you know, worthy of self-love or whatever. Maybe you have certain standards for yourself and you feel like you don't meet those standards. But I'm getting here, you're moving away from that and moving more towards just kind of loving yourself just because, or just because it's like you know these things about yourself, you're discovering yourself, like what you truly like, dislike, etc., etc. And it's like you're discovering yourself, and in doing so, you're just falling in love with yourself. Not because, once again, not on a narcissistic level, and not because it's like there's anything that warrants those things, like whether it be like achievements or, I don't know, how you look or, you know, whatever, like those superficial things. But it's like you're just kind of allowing yourself to sort of step into that energy of self-love, and in doing so, you know, it's unconditional. And in doing so, it's like you're attracting a really healthy, balanced love connection, abundance. And I don't know why, once again, I'm being told to channel to you guys that you are the gold mine, is what I'm being channeled to tell you guys. I don't know why that comes through. I've never heard that phrase, but it's channeled towards me just now in your reading. You are actually the gold mine, okay? It is not this person that's coming into your life. It's not like the perfect relationship, the perfect job, I don't know, like the perfect income bracket, whatever it is. It's you, like you, something in you, okay, is actually very valuable. And this is something that you might have not really come to terms with in the past. You may have not discovered this about yourself, but here we go. I mean, it's like right now, you're in a phase where it's like you are discovering yourself. And I don't know why exactly, but I'm being channeled to tell you guys to allow yourself to go on this path of self-discovery. And it's like, allow yourself to sort of fall in love with yourself as you're discovering who you truly are on a genuine level, okay? I'm also getting transformation with the snake. So once again, Scorpio energy, Pluto energy. Maybe some of you guys, you're an Aquarius, or you have Aquarius in your chart, because Pluto's actually in Aquarius for the next 20 years. But some of you guys, you might have a lot of Scorpio as well. But you don't have to be those signs. Once again, I mentioned Libra and Gemini earlier. A lot of water sign energy as well. Earth sign is also present. Okay, yeah, we have the Knight of Coins. This actually came up in pile 1, okay? So definitely after listening to this reading, if you're curious, go back to pile 1 and listen to pile 1, because this card definitely came out in pile 1 as well. So once again, it's like in search of your value, but it's like you're discovering your value is kind of the vibe that I'm getting. Bottom of the deck, oh my gosh, we have a High Priestess. It's like, you guys know, okay? I'm getting naturally like, something's coming. It's like you can sense these things are coming, okay? Whether it be this sort of abundant energy, it's like you're putting it out into the universe, and thus it's coming back to you like a boomerang, in the best way possible. And it's like some of you guys, you are intuitive, okay? Especially if you have intuitive placements like water or, Aquarius or Scorpio. Those are actually very intuitive signs, I want to say, especially I want to say, I mean, other signs are intuitive, but I have to say Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer, and Aquarius are probably some of the most, I want to say, intuitive signs. I mean, obviously water signs are naturally intuitive, but Aquarius, they're more intuitive on like a cerebral level. It's like where they'll like predict the future, and it happens to come true maybe like 100 years later or something like that. Whereas I would say this kind of intuition is more so like watery, but it could be Aquarian as well. Let's see, what else am I channeling? Some of you guys, you're getting a new hairstyle. I don't know why that's coming through, like transformation of some kind. I'm not saying go out and get plastic surgery, but I am getting here that some of you guys, it's like you're improving your appearance, and not because it's like a materialistic sort of thing, but it's more so just to make yourself feel good about yourself, because you're discovering yourself and you're like falling in love with yourself again, and so you want to, I'm getting here, I don't know why I'm getting, it's like you're treating yourself better, and part of that is taking care of yourself more, or just allowing yourself to glow up because because you feel like it, because you want to, not necessarily because you want to like impress somebody else or whatever it is. Some of you guys, you might be, trying out a different style, like a different look, whether that's makeup, hair, wardrobe, whatever it is. It's like you're just, little tweaks that are going to make a big difference. I'm not a huge fan of plastic surgery, so that's not what that is. Okay, I'm just clarifying. But I'm also seeing, once again, it's like you're getting more in tune with yourself, maybe even like, once again, like what you desire, what you truly desire in a love partnership. Some kind of creative ability or some kind of something. It's like you're getting more attuned to that. And it's like the gold mine, lives within you, okay? It's not something, I'm getting here, it's not something that you're going to find externally, but it's like when you discover these treasures within yourself, like aspects of yourself that are valuable, I'm getting, it's like you will start manifesting these external things, right? That are just naturally being, naturally being pulled towards you, like gravitating towards you due to this sort of inner transformation here. But yeah, this is beautiful. I gotta say, pile 3, I'm just gonna put it out there. You're the luckiest pile, okay? So like, comment, subscribe, share if this video resonated with you guys. And if you're curious to book a personal reading with me, you can drop a comment down below. Also, if any of this resonated with you guys at all, Definitely drop a comment down below. Okay, discuss amongst each other. I always recommend that. This is a safe space where you can, share your experiences, and you might actually learn something really profound from that. So wonderful. Okay, so I will see you guys later. Pile 3, love and light.